And I literally called home and said, "Look, if I don't call you in 2 hours, this is where they're taking me."
Sounds right.
It was that bad of a stunt.
We've called you a technical advisor, but one thing that people don't know is that you've actually been a stunt performer. So I want to ask you this. You've performed stunts in over 50 productions that we know of, and probably more that you didn't get credit for. I want to ask you this. If there's a stunt that you can remember that you're most proud of, but actually was your most dangerous that you can tell us about, what would you say it was?
Well, there's two parts to that. There's one, I did stunts for like 7-8 years before I called myself. I wouldn't call myself a stunt man because I took a bullet hit. Oh, okay, yeah, I fell down a couple flights of stairs, whatever. And I teach all the young stunt guys this now. I did a stunt. There was a short called The Hollywood Stuntman, and it was 7-minute shorts for Showtime. And I was doubling the actors that was playing the Hollywood Stuntman, but a young guy coming out to be a stunt guy. And I did all these little stunts, little fire, little, get shot, little driving stuff. But then one day at lunch, the director and it was a day off for me. I was playing a cop to come up and be on him. And he just looked up at this hill and said, "What would it take for you to come off that big ass cliff?" And I go, "What do you mean?" "No, just tumble at it at lunchtime. We'll set the cameras up." And I was like, "What?" One side was a cutoff because they were making apartments, like 100-foot cutoff. The other side had all the mudslide concrete on. I was like, I don't know. So we did all whatever negotiations. At lunchtime, I went up there and I literally called home and said, "Look, if I don't call you in 2 hours, this is where they're taking me."
Sounds right.
It was that bad of a stunt. And that moment was really big for me. I tumbled off the hill. It's funny because it's right where the 2 and the 5 freeway come together, and both freeways stopped, and there was people out on the road just like screaming like that, which is kind of cool. And then the next one on Fear the Walking Dead, I forgot what season it was, like 4. I was playing this zombie and walking out, and I supposedly I get caught up on the skid, and it took me up to like 30 feet, and I fell off the skid of the helicopter, which is kind of cool.
Wow. I mean, the things you're saying kind of cool. We're like, our whole vertebrae would be distracted and destroyed, but clearly you're designed differently than we are. So all hail to your vertebrae.
And what blows my mind is the performance stunts with horses, because I love horses over there, but like up close and personal, I respect the size and the erraticness of them.
Here you go. You don't discriminate, do you?
It is just like when no matter how much you plan, like with most stunts, you could plan everything to a degree, but with horses, to a degree, they're just gonna do what they want, no matter how well trained they are, right?
That's not true.
Have
you ever seen Mr. Ed? They made him talk.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you only get Mr. Ed if you got a lot of peanut butter.
Talk to me. Hello.
But what is that like working in a stunt when there's that unpredictable element to it?
Well, horses are like, they have the mentality of a 3-year-old child. So I mean, they have the ability to learn and do what you want. So as long as you're confident and each time you do a stunt, we have horses that's all their job is to do is fall on top of you, make it look like they're squashes. And horses that rear and do so. But to be honest, like almost every horse stunt I've ever done, I always miss my landing spot. Only time I've ever missed my spot is when I had to like bring the horse down with me or something. And you're right. I mean, you have 1,000-pound animal or 800 to 1,000-pound animal that also has a brain. It's not like an engine or a gas pedal that I'm adjusting. So, sometimes, I really shredded my shoulder one time. I was doing the bulldog and the horses that I was riding up, and the horses come together, and I'm supposed to jump over and roll down the hill. But as soon as I got there, my horse decided to go like this. So I Spider-Man leaped all the way there, and yeah, it shredded my shoulder pretty good. So if I still got the shot, I finished the shot and then, cried a little bit afterwards.
I'm just simply saying that horses get a bad rap, but whenever guys are talking about cars, what's the first thing they mention? What's the horsepower? So I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, hear me. H is for horse.
Like you said, I'm from Wyoming, so like I could literally spend 2 weeks with you. I train actors a lot of time, like I said, Colin, and a ton of actors, ton of stunt people, and I could spend literally 6 days with you, and you'll feel like you've been around them your whole life.
Well, I need to sign up for this. I'm going to tell you that right now. If I ever get cast in Django Unchained 2 or The Harder They Fall again, I just want to make sure that I'm calling you in for my horse guy. I just want to tell you that. I need a horse guy. You got a horse guy? Yeah, I got a horse guy.
Yeah. You come right to my place. I got a couple great horses.